Hi, everyone. I'm with an organization. We are currently touring around the country in our RV, visiting all the national parks. Our plan is to visit all of them and then do a follow-up video about the things that we learned while we were there. So if you're interested in seeing more of those videos, please be sure to subscribe. We've been on the road now for about 6 months, and it's going really well. But lately I've noticed that my body is starting to get a little bit older. My back is a little stiffer. I'm getting a little bit slower when I climb up the steps on the RV, and I have found myself being a little bit more tired at night. And it made me start thinking about how I was eating and what I was putting into my body. And I started looking at the food pyramid, and I started thinking about that meal that I was having just a couple days ago, where I had a burger and French fries and a milkshake and a piece of pie. And I thought, could this be doing something to me? And so I decided to research whether fast food is dangerous for seniors. And what I found out was very interesting, and I want to share it with you today. So let's talk about fast food. What is fast food? Fast food is food that you can get really quickly. It's convenient. It's usually inexpensive. It's readily available anywhere you go in America, actually in the world. There's some type of fast food place, and it's easy. You can drive up to the window. You can get your food. You can eat it in your car. If you don't want to, you can take it home. But most people eat it right there in the parking lot. Well, why would you want to do that? Well, because it's convenient, and it's inexpensive, and it's easy. But is it safe? I mean, does it have any health risks? Is it dangerous? Well, let's first talk about what fast food typically has in it. Fast food usually is a carbohydrate-rich diet. They have things like burgers, pizza, chicken nuggets, French fries. They have soft drinks and they have desserts, pies, cakes, cookies. Now, of course, many of those things are delicious and we love to eat them, but they're typically high in salt, they're high in fat, and they're high in calories. Now, let's talk about the dangers or the risks of eating fast food. One risk is obesity. A typical meal at a fast food restaurant can contain as many calories as 2,000 calories or more. And so if you're eating that regularly, well, then you're going to pack on the pounds, and that can lead to other problems. The next one is heart disease. Because it's high in salt and it's high in fat, it can elevate your blood pressure and that can lead to heart disease. Another thing that can happen is diabetes because it's so high in carbohydrates. That can lead to diabetes. And then of course, if you become diabetic, that can lead to other things like blindness. Another problem that's associated with eating too much fast food is cancer. And then the last one that I want to mention is dementia. Some studies have shown that eating too much fast food can lead to dementia. Now, I think all of us have probably done this at one time or another, where we got in a hurry and we stopped at a fast food place and ate way too much. I know that I have. But if you're doing it regularly, well, that's a different story. So let's talk about what a healthy diet should be like. You want to try to avoid too many carbohydrates. So instead of eating bread, pasta, cereal, crackers, biscuits, waffles, pancakes, muffins, sodas, or juice, you want to limit those. Instead, you want to eat more vegetables, fruits, lean meats, fish, and beans. And then you want to watch your portions. When you're eating, make sure that you stop eating when you're full. Don't keep eating even though you're already full, because that will cause you to gain weight, and that can cause a lot of other problems, like I mentioned before. So what's the solution? What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to never eat fast food again? Are you supposed to never drive through a fast food place again? Well, yes, I think it's best if you can avoid it. But I also realize that sometimes you get in a hurry. Sometimes you don't have enough time to cook a meal. Sometimes you just don't feel like cooking a meal. Or maybe you're on the road and you're traveling and it's not possible to eat healthy. So what do you do in those situations? Well, IVA discovered a few things that you can do to kind of make it a little bit healthier. The first thing is, look at the menu and try to pick something that's grilled instead of fried. For example, you might want to get a grilled chicken sandwich instead of a fried chicken sandwich. Or maybe you're going to get a hamburger. Well, then you might want to get a cheeseburger instead of a burger, because it doesn't have any additional calories. Then you could ask them to hold the mayo. Mayo has a lot of additional calories. Also, ask them to hold the salt and pepper, because they use a lot of salt and pepper when they're re-preparing your food. The next thing that you can do is you can ask for extra vegetables. Most fast food places will put extra vegetables on your food. In fact, some of them, if you ask for it, will give you a big bag of vegetables with your meal. The next thing that you can do is you can skip the dessert. I'm guilty of this. I love to get a piece of pie with my meal, but you want to skip the dessert if you can. But if you can't, well then at least pick something that's low fat. For example, get an apple pie instead of a pecan pie or a coconut pie. Then you need to watch your drinks. A lot of times these drinks, especially the sodas, have a lot of additional calories in them. For example, a milkshake has hundreds of additional calories. So you want to try to drink things like water, unsweetened tea or coffee. Alright, so now let's talk about what you should do after you eat this unhealthy food. First of all, you need to get some exercise. Exercise will help you live longer. It will help you stay at a healthy weight. It will help prevent you from getting heart disease, diabetes, and some types of cancer. And the type of exercise that you want to get is aerobic exercise. You want to walk, you want to bike, you want to swim, you want to do things like that. You want to get your heart rate up, and you want to break a sweat. You also want to make sure that you get plenty of sleep. Sleep is important because it helps your body recover. It helps your body heal. It helps you keep a healthy immune system. So make sure you get plenty of sleep. And then, of course, you want to see your doctor and you want to get regular checkups. You want to get your blood pressure checked. You want to get your cholesterol checked. You want to get your blood sugar checked. And if you smoke, you want to quit smoking. And if you drink alcohol, you want to cut down on the amount of alcohol that you drink. So the bottom line is this: eating too much fast food can be dangerous. It can lead to obesity, heart disease, diabetes, cancer, and dementia. But there are things that you can do to make it safer. You can pick healthier options. You can exercise afterwards. You can get plenty of sleep, and you can see your doctor and get regular checkups. I hope this video is helpful. Please like it and share it with your friends and family. Thanks for watching.